Hello. Thank you for joining me again. Um, Today's practice will be a restorative one where your feet will be slightly above your heart. Hopefully you have a bolster. If not, you can find something to substitute. Just make sure that the pillows that you use are a little bit firmer. But I really highly suggest that you use a bolster. And you'll need two blocks and a couple blankets. Again, you can substitute with some pillows to put. It's just for some support, so you may need to make some adjustments with whatever you have on hand. But just do your best to come into this wonderful restorative posture today that's quite simple, and it's an alternative to putting your legs up the wall. I have another video for that, another short sequence of using the wall as a prop. So without further ado, let's get started. So you will take your bolster and your blocks, actually just one block. The other one will be for fun. So actually have your block the long way, just like this, and on the highest setting here. And then you'll take your bolster and lean it right up against your block. And you'll just have a short overhang over the bolster there. And so that you don't have to move much, I want you to take your blankets and set them on either side so that they will be easy to reach. Okay, so you're going to sit yourself, your hips right next to the edge of your bolster that's touching the mat. And you will place your legs right up there and then walk yourself back. So as you do this, the legs are together. So sometimes they might feel like they're going to fall off. Heels together, and then your feet open out to the side. And on this first part, have your hands on your belly and have your elbows open out to the sides so that it creates this triangle from your head to each of your elbows. And then just let yourself settle in. And give yourself time for your breath to slow. So wherever you are coming from, whether it's a work day, whether it's just a tough day for you, or sometimes when you're dealing with additional chronic health issues that may impact how your day unfolds and how you move even into this pose. Remember to give yourself space and time, that we cannot rush healing, and we need to give our body and our mind a chance to just settle and transition into softening, into our muscles softening, into our thoughts softening, our breath softening. And just feel the mat underneath you, feeling your shoulder blades resting on the ground. Feeling the support of the bolster underneath the legs. And let your eyes soften, all those muscles around the eyeballs. And around your jawline. There's a little space between your upper and your lower jaw, so that the rest of the facial muscles can soften as well. And take an inhale through your nose. Open your mouth like you're fogging a mirror. Exhale. One more time, just like that. And we'll just take a few more breaths in this position. And inhale through the nose. Now a soft sigh. Now we're going to move into our tree pose. Our supine tree pose. You're going to grab your blanket to make sure it's there. And let's start off with the left leg. So you're just going to bring the sole of your foot in the inner part of the right thigh. Knee opens out to the side. So if you have some hypermobility, you want to make sure that your pillow or whatever you have here is at its highest setting. We don't want the knee going past where our body is, so we don't want it opening too far to the ground, so that there's nothing pressing on the joints. And so now you're going to leave your left hand on the belly, and your right arm will open out to the side. It doesn't have to be at shoulder height, but whatever feels comfortable for you. If you want to raise it over your head, you can, to completely open the right side of the shoulder. So just choose what's right for you. But keep that groundedness by, obviously you're grounded by lying on the floor, but sometimes we need a little extra input. So having your hand on your belly can be a nice way to do that. Again, have your elbow a little bit away from your body, so we have a little half triangle. And let's do a couple of those fog the mirror exhale breaths to let our body settle into this new pose. Inhale through the nose. Open the mouth, exhale. One more time. And really let it go with this exhale. Let the shoulders soften and melt towards the ground. Once again, the jawline is soft. The muscles around the eyes. We're not focusing, even if our eyes are closed, we're not focusing on anything. We're trying to lower the amount of sensory input. Now that you're settled, we can add one more thing. You can turn your head and turn it over to look over towards the right shoulder, away from your bent knee. And we'll take quite a few breaths in this position. And we're going to be in some quiet and stillness. and I'll bring you back. Inhale through the nose. And as you exhale, turn your head back to center. Take that left leg and straighten it out onto your bolster once again. And take your arms, interlace your hands, point your toes, and reach in opposite direction, stretching the front side of the body. And slide your arms back down. Take a moment here before we come into tree on the other side. And let's come into the other side. So bringing your right sole of your foot to the inside of the left thigh. Knee comes out to the side again. Make sure you have your blanket in the right position where you feel really supported and so that your body can relax. Bring your right hand onto your belly and your left arm opens out to the side. And the hand is soft, the fingers are soft. And just take the next few breaths to settle in on this side. And let's take a couple of breaths. Inhale through your nose. Fog the mirror, exhale, open the mouth. One more just like that. Now, when you're ready, turn your head over towards the left shoulder. And we'll be in stillness here. And always remember that when you're in these positions as well, and if you're not still and you feel yourself fidgeting or the mind wandering, that's okay too. It's just that you're working through your body or your mind, or both, are just working through some things because you're just not able to achieve that stillness yet. And that's just all part of the process, not unusual. And inhale through the nose. As you exhale, bring your head back to center. One more time, bring the legs so that they're straight out onto the bolster. If you want to do a little stretch here, you're welcome to. Or just have your arms out in T, opening the body once more, the front side of the body. And let's do one last inhale and exhale. Nice and cleansing together. Inhale through the nose. Open the mouth, exhale. Now bend your knees. Bring your feet on the lower part of the bolster and then bring the soles of the feet together so that you butterfly both knees out at the same time. They should land on your blankets or your pillows just for a moment. And bring the knees back together and bring the knees towards the chest. You can grab behind your thighs and rock a little from side to side. And then move one of your props out of the way. Both feet come on the other side of the bolster, and then you just roll on up. And take an inhale and exhale, just sighing it out and checking in to see what sensations you feel. Remember, there's nothing right or wrong. It's all information. It will feel very right if you feel very relaxed too. So, but just feel free to feel whatever comes is the right thing. So, place your left hand over your heart, your right hand over the left hand. And just take a moment to thank yourself for your practice today, for making time for yourself, creating the space that you need. And thank you for letting me guide you in your practice. Namaste.